Shastravaihi Vedai Sangavadakramaupanisadaihi Gayantiyam Samaga Dhyānāvastita Tadgatena Manasa Pashyantiyam Yoginaha Shantam Navidusura Suraganaha Devaya Tasmai. Verse number 5 onwards, please. Sattvam Rajastama iti Guna Prakriti Sambhavaha Nibadnanti Mahavaho Dehe Dehinam Abhyayam Tatra Sattvam Nirmalatvat Prakasakamanāmayam Sukha Sangena Vadnati Jnana Sangena Chanaga Tatra Sattvam Nirmalatvat Prakasakamanāmayam Sukha Sangena Vadnati Jnana Sangena Chanagha. So these are the gunas that are talked about now here, by which you can very clearly appreciate so many different human behaviors. When I say human behavior, for God's sake, for your sake, don't generalize. You go to yourself and look at yourself. How these gunas affect the behavior, or how your behavior is something not controlled, but has its source in different types of gunas. That guna translation is very difficult. You know, as you go on explaining, you shall see that. You cannot see what this guna is, but from the effect you know what it is. From the effect you shall know. There are moods of, like now it is come, sattva guna means happiness, rajoguna means agitation, tamoguna means laziness. Just I'm giving you some general statement. So what it means is, when you are sometimes feeling very lazy, that is the time the tamas is active. When there is a restlessness, that time it is rajas. When you are feeling little happy, comfortable, that is the time we call it as the sattva guna. But therefore it does not mean you completely say, what can I do? The gunas are doing their job, I am helpless. No. You being the kshetragya, the knower of the field, and therefore the knower of the guna, you can very well recognize when the gunas or what type of moods are rising, and therefore you can completely use them as you like. So when you are unconscious and falling into the trap of these moods, that is the time you are destroyed. Please appreciate these things, because very clearly now these gunas are very beautiful. Clearly you can appreciate. And they are, what they gunas? Sattva guna, rajo guna, tamo guna iti prakriti sambhava. That is sambhavati yasmat sambhava, and prakriti sambhava. It comes from the prakriti. That is the ignorance. From the because of the ignorance, these three gunas are, you can see the manifestation of these three gunas in the world. And why are we so worried about gunas? Because nibadnanti mahavaho dehe dehinam abhyayam. He mahavaho, however mighty armed you are, Mahabahu means mighty armed, you are however strong you are, these gunas are stronger and they shall tie down dehinam abhyayam guneshu nibadnanti. In these gunas, they tie down the dehi. Dehi means deho asya asti. Apparently, as though they tie down. The truth is, yourself, who you are, is as though tied down by the gunas. Because already you have seen, no, this is nirgunat anaditvat, nirgunatvat, paramatma, ayam abhyaya. Already told you. Who you are, Paramatma, Abhyaya, imperishable, Anadi, beginningless, Nirguna. There is no guna whatsoever. Now suddenly if you say guna is binding it, it's a contradiction. And the examples also given, 2 examples we saw. The Ajmin Akasa, na upalipyate, the space, all pervasive, accommodates everything, but doesn't get affected by anything. Or like the sun, Ravi, the sun illumines everything, but doesn't get affected by anything that illumines. Now, after giving such very eloquent examples, comparisons, now suddenly he says, Nibadnanti, that these 3 gunas tie down the self. If you say, it is a contradiction. How can Nirguna be affected by the gunas? That is where comes Iba, as though. As though affected. It's not like the physical body is not tying down the consciousness. As though. The thoughts are not tying down the consciousness as though. So when you are ignorant, not knowing about yourself, you get tied down by this object, by this body, by these sense organs, by your thoughts. And how will you get tied down? We shall see the whole dramatization now. How you get it tied down? Look at this sattva guna now. Tatra sattvam nirmalatvat aprakasakam anamayam. Sattva guna is, you shall know, that time your guna is dominant, sattva guna is dominant, that time you shall know the sattva guna is dominant when prakashakam anamayam nirmalam, when your mind is sharp. Prakashakam, everything is clear. Come here, go there, that variety. You know, grasp it, your grasping is clear, crystal clear. When you are deep sleep getting up, suppose somebody comes, you come here, are you calling me? How many people are there in that room? Only 2. There are only 2 people, but the mind is disabled, totally disabled, paralyzed. Or, very, very restful. Totally restless. Totally restless. Ask him to, why don't you put those flowers together? Oh, yes, I can do it. Do. After 2-3 flowers, go. Hey, can you sweep that road? Oh yeah, no problem. 5 feet. Oh, that area. Or that thing. It goes. Totally restless. You can see, they cannot do anything continuously. Cannot do anything continuously. That is why, when you are trying, you engage yourself in writing, you will understand it. When you try to write, after 15 minutes, water. 15 minutes, you are thirsty. Immediately the fellow will get up and go. Cannot keep quiet. He must go. Or if nothing is there, hold to the bar of the window. Chimpanzee. Orangutan. The fellow simply, nothing, no reason why, unless he looks as though things will stop. Right. And what are you doing? Oh, meditating. Sit down, meditation, sit down for 15 minutes. Beautiful meditation. Sleep comes now, right? Anyway, we'll see that. Why should I talk now? Let God talk. Why, he say, but please see. Sattva guna means what? Nirmalatvat, nirmala. Certain moods you can enjoy in your life. Please understand, nirmala. Very crystal clear mood. Quiet. Certain times, certain days, for no reason, you are like that. And prakashakam, very bright. That time, your comprehension is clear. Somebody says something, you grasp it. Just like that, you grasp it. Very easy. Anamayam, no amayam. Amayam means no dirt. There is nothing, no dirt means what? No agitation, interference, preoccupation, nothing. Certain days, you are like that. Is the time. This is sattva guna. Understand that is sattva is dominant, but it is a bondage also. Why? Sukha sangena badnati, jnana sangena chanaga. What is this sattva does? Sukha sangena badnati, jnana sangena anaga. Hey anaga, you are the sinless one, the absolute. But what happens when the sattva guna comes, because it is the realm of ignorance, it also apparently ties you down. With what? Sukha sangena. Aham sukhi. I am very happy. Certain days you say, no, everything is so nice, I am very happy. It's like you're sitting down in meditation. Oh, it's so quiet. Meditation is very successful. That one. The I thought gets itself tied down. The language is as though the guna is tying you down. Guna doesn't tie you down. You get yourself tied down. Because it is similar to the absolute. Sattva is almost like the absolute. That is why the language they say, what is that one? Nagarmana na prajayadhane na tyage na ige amrutattvamanasu. Then? Yataya Suddha Sattva. Yataya Suddha Sattva. Because Suddha Sattva, pure Sattva guna. Yataya Suddha Sattva, because you are with yourself. Suddha Sattva means where there is no bondage. This Sattva guna is somewhere you get unconsciously tied down. That way I say, I am very happy. That also is a bondage. So usually such people who are very relaxed, listen carefully, the people who are very relaxed, very nice, this is a natural disposition. Some people are naturally sattvic, very relaxed, very smiling, never creating problem for anybody, very gentle, very kind, very tender. These people, their problem is, they think they don't need any wisdom. Other bondage. Very kind, very nice, very sweet person. There is no need to, they have not studied Vedanta, they don't know about themselves, they don't know any reality whatsoever. But they feel, my life is very peaceful and I don't need this Vedanta Upanishad, I don't need anything. Then what happens? Just a matter of time, when the moods change, they are shattered. Really, the moods change. And most people go through these mood changes. Look at yourself. Most people go through mood changes. Most people want. Why should I say most people? All people go through mood changes. All people. Sometimes you are very nice. The same fellow, like a Rakshas, gets so angry, so disturbed, so stupid. You have nothing to do with that person. Don't you say that? I never knew the fellow has so much of anger. I never knew he's so jealous. I never knew he's so hateful. I was always thinking this fellow is very nice and kind. No, Swamiji, you don't know. This fellow is a Rakshas, is a rogue. Why? And people also, when they get angry, they say, I'll show you my Nija Rupa. Swarupa, I'll show you my Swarup. Meaning what? Now I am pretending to be kind. When you see my Swarupa, meaning I am so angry I can destroy you. That is, for ignorance person, that is the Swarupa. The Swarupa is hatred, jealousy, anger. They can destroy anything. But now he is pretending to be nice, kind, something. That is why you get, just like the example I was giving you, like a spider putting on the beautiful silken thread, waiting for the victims to fall into this net. And once it falls into the net, you are dead. So many people put that facade of this net of the web, they weave that web of kindness, goodness for some time. Once you get stuck into it, then punishment begins. Ayo, dangerous. You cannot get out of it. Mostly religious things are like that. Getting into it is very easy. Get out, oh, they will make your life a wonderful hell. You cannot get in, everybody is smiling, everybody is in, Bhango, please come, wonderful, you are getting in. And after some time, you are finished. Just like a relationship, very dangerous. When the relationship in the beginning stages, no expectations, nothing expected, everything is fine. After some time, only expectations, nothing else is there. That is why you are drowning, suffocated in a relationship. Please understand. So, this Sattva Guna is something which brings you Sukha Sangena Badnati. Sukha Sangena Badnati. I am very happy. So, when you think you are very happy, will you look for happiness itself? You see the bondage? If you say you are a happy man, will you look for happiness? That's the bondage. Everything is good for me. I have a house. Like many people say, I have a house, I have a car, I have a nice husband, nice child. God has been very kind, a good job. I don't need anything. Thank you. The person doesn't understand all these things are conditional happiness. I am very happy. Why? Because I have a nice house, nice wife, nice husband, nice child, nice job. What happens if this one of those conditions get destroyed? Husband runs away, husband alcoholic, wife runs away, child is drug addict, or something somewhere happens, an accident, the job goes away, money is finished. What happens? The whole world collapses. The happy man, since so long he has been telling, I am happy and I am happy and I am happy, I don't need anything. Now he cannot come back to you and say, this has happened to me. So many people, literally, they are stewed in their own juice of unhappiness. They can't. They have been too proud so long. I am very happy man. I don't need anything. And suddenly they cannot come back and say, I have a problem. Most people are like that. Average man in the world lives like that. Sukha sangena badnati. What else? Jnana sangena cha naga. Hey naga. Also ties you down with two things. Sattva has got two dominant characteristics. One is sukham, other is jnanam, knowledge. One is sukha, other is jnana. If for no reason you will feel comfortable, and also gaining knowledge is easy because your mind is nirmalatvat prakasakam anamayam. The mind is not preoccupied, unobstructed, no preoccupation, therefore grasping things is very easy. Very easily you can grasp it. Therefore, anamayam, therefore it is jnana you get. And once you get jnana, jnana sangena badnati. I am the learned man. I know all these things. I know everything. That is the sattva guna. Bondage. They very nicely they say, this is a chain, but a golden chain. But whether you are tied down by a golden chain or iron chain, you are bound. So sattva guna also is like that. You are bound. But in life, less trouble. Understand? The life will be less troublesome because your mind is sort of nice, kind, there is no unnecessary agitation. And that person can be deluded as though he is very enlightened. He doesn't need anything. It's just a matter of time, it changes. Need not be matter of time. In a one day itself, listen carefully, one day itself, you can go through all the changes, sometimes very sattvic. Early morning, you get up, first 2-3 hours, sattva. Because you are yet to be disturbed, yet to be engaged in any activity. So very sharp, very fresh, everything you occupy, grasp just like that, first few hours. Then as day passes, by the time it's midday, the sun has come up, your madness also has gone up. Your interaction with people, and then you have already, don't do this, don't do this. Finished, that freshness of the morning is gone. Now you are totally restless. And as after a few hours, as time to evening towards comes, I'm just giving, not that it happens morning, midday, evening, just to give an example. It is after some time, you become so tired, so exhausted, whatever whoever says, you cannot grasp it. Because you're tired. A tired mind, exhausted mind. You cannot read anything, you cannot speak anything, your mind is tired. Simply pure tired. Tired of what? Simply thinking, I should do this, I should not do this, this should happen, that should not happen. Tamas has come. And when the tamas comes in, next thing is sleep. Nidra, alasya, pramada, it will come. The tamas comes in, you shall feel like sleeping. That is why if you observe your life itself, you can see. Morning class is very beautiful. Morning, I'm just talking normally. Sometimes morning also you can be sleepy. But taking for granted you are a normal person, nice, you are very nice. You got up, go for a walk, very nice, very fresh, very sharp. You finish the class. But by the time 1 hour is gone, you are trying to grasp. Okay, it's all right. Easy for you to grasp it, no problem. Suppose a little struggle to understand, then mind will be a little tired. Then, of course, you are hungry. Your mind, chalo, go for food. You take your food. You don't have to answer me. After the breakfast, how many of you sleep? Ask yourself the question. After you finish your breakfast, 8:30, 8:45, until you come to 11 o'clock, in the 2.5 hours, or before 10 o'clock you have got other class, do you sleep or not sleep? I'm not asking an answer. You find out for yourself. Most of you will be sleeping. Why? Because tired. Not that you are tired, mentally exhausted. Physically, what have you done? Not even walked half a kilometer. Where is half kilometer? Not even 500 meters. 200 meters from here, there. That much physically. But mind, tired. So, sleep. And then if somebody says, what are you doing? Contemplating on class. Swamiji has to be in the room and contemplate. A room you are, no doubt you are in the room. But you are in a very private world of total laziness, tamas happens. Anyway, so sattva guna will, because of the clarity in your mind, that time you can understand everything. In other words, you can't invoke sattva. In other words, when you are clear, when there is a clarity, when there is comprehension, when you are sharp, understand sattva is existing. And what is rajas? Let us see that. Ultimately see that. When you are with yourself, you control the entire gunas. You are sharp all the time. Even rajas comes as you are sharp, you are watching it. Tamas comes in, the deep sleep comes in, that also you are watching it, getting tired. That is why nirguna, gunatita, a wise man. In and through all these moods, you remain absolutely mood free. But most people are victims of moods. Most people. That is why problem. Again, as I told you, why say most? All people. In ignorance, you cannot escape the onslaught of these gunas. They comes in, the moods come in, and you are finished. Very nice man, get into such a bad mood, say, my God, how is he talking like that? That's what it is. Now don't say, oh, the guna only bringing him, he is kind. No. If an animal goes into that mood, you can understand it. Animal has the right to be what it is, because animals, they have no individuality, they are not self-conscious, therefore moods govern their movement. If human beings allow the moods to govern their life, they are animals, more worse than animals. If you allow moods to govern your life, you cease to be a human being. Understand? You cannot escape moods. Moods will be natural, just like morning is natural, midday is natural, evening is natural, midnight is natural, sunshine is natural, seasons are natural. You are not changing it. Are you getting that? You are not changing the seasons. Seasons change. You don't bring in the morning, dawn and dusk. You don't bring in evening and the midnight. They all change. But you know how to behave. You know how to deal with it. This is the springtime, this has to be done. This is this time, this has to be done. So you use the time, use the season, use the morning, midday, midnight, dawn, dusk, everything. Exactly the same way, over the gunas you have no control. What moods will come, over that you have no control. But when it comes, you must know how to use it. Are you getting that point, please? When it comes, you must know how to use it. But if you come under the spell of the mood, animal. That is why people behave like, what shall I say? You can't say behave, if you say people behave like animals, you are disrespecting the animal. Animal must behave like an animal. But a person behaving like an animal, make it subhuman. Ask yourself the question. Look at your moods throughout the day, how you behave. Suddenly, under the spell of it, you forget there is somebody to be loved, respected, somebody is nice, somebody is kind, somebody has done so much for you, or not done something for you. You come under a mood and you totally destroy the entire relationship. Just under a mood. So much sacrifice, so much of adjustment, so much things somebody has done for you. But with one angry mood, you completely counteract it. Or it can be other way around. In a very nice, very kind mood, therefore you are exploited by the charlatans, flatterers. Because you are in a good mood, sattva guna, very nice, very happy. So they catch your mood. That time whatever they ask you, you will give them also. So sometimes what is a flattery? Flattery is literally creating a mood for yourself. You create a mood which is doesn't natural to you. They pep you up. You feel so flattered, so wonderful, they take away whatever they want. That also happens. Exploitation of the mood. All these are inside, subtle, all the gunas. Anyway, we shall see more of them. Sukha sangena vadnati, jnana sangena bharate. Sukha sangena means what? Aham sukhi katham vadnati. Sukha sangena sukhi ahamiti. Vishaya bhutasya sukhasya. Vishayini atmani sati upapadanam mrushaiva. What he does? That aham sukhi. When he says aham sukhi, do you know why it is bondage? In reality, that sukham you are getting is Vishaya Sukha. Vishaya Sukha means you are listening to the music. Oh, it's so nice. I'm really happy. You are happy or the music is providing it to you? Are you getting that point, please? Are you happy or the touch, maybe a person, a man or woman you like, or a dog that you like, or anything you like, that a person or the object is there around you, feeling very comfortable. I am so happy. So this delusion, this dream gets shattered when the person is not there. Object is not there. The sound stops. Person runs away. Sight changes. Food is not available. Fragrance is not there. Dukhi. So that is why it is a bondage. But when you say, if you say, I am Sukhi, listen carefully. Aham Sukham, wisdom. Aham Sukhi, Sattva Guna, bondage. Are you getting that? I am the happiness, freedom. I am happy is a sattvic bondage. If you don't know it, if you know it, you can say I am happiness, you can say I am happy. Listen, once a person knows it, don't bring him into category. Because he can say I am happy, I am unhappy, I am miserable, because he knows who he is. After that, everything is a role. So don't try to pass judgment on people. You look at yourself. When you say I am happy, is it conditional or unconditional? If it is conditional, it is just a guna passing. If it is unconditional, it is you. Bas. Nirguna. Okay? So sukha sangena badnati, jnana sangena chanaga, also jnana. Because in that clear, crystal clear mind, where there is moments of clarity, you can pick up knowledge. So the person can say, I am knowledgeable, badnati. That also. Okay, let's see next one now. Go into the Rajoguna. Read. Rajo ragatmakam vidhi Trishna sanga samudbhavam Tannivadnati kaunteya Karma sangena dehinam Tamastvajnanajam vidhi Mohanam sarvadehinam Pramadalasya nidravihi Tannivadnati bharate Rajo ragatmakam vidhi Krishna sanga samudbhavam Tannivadnati kaunteya Karma sangena dehinam Tamastvajnanajam vidhi Mohanam sarvadehinam Pramadalasya nidravihi Tannivadnati bharate. Please see. Now comes the Rajoguna. Rajoguna means what? See, these gunas you cannot see. As I told you, gunas you cannot see. Only from the expression you can see this is the guna. Some people try to give it a color. White color, red color, black color. I mean, it's okay as long as you, for the facilitating the understanding, you give that is fine. But not that the sattva is pure white and rajoguna means red and what is that, tamoguna means black. Anyway, that's all yours. For you to understand, you want to make a chart or any type of presentation, choice is yours. But white is not pure, black is not stupid, what is that, red is not dangerous. It's all you have decided. Visibility. Red color in the traffic light, very visible. So stop. Green color is okay, is very gentle, okay, go. But that's a color combination. But green is for the peace, red is for this. Some people they say there is different type of funny, mysterious explanations they shall start giving for the colors also. Why scandalize color? Why making anything useless? Everything is beautiful, use it. Anyway, that's not the point. Rajoguna, see. What is Rajoguna? Rajaha ragatmakam vidhi. Whenever you have got a raga means what? Vishayeshu, that raga, where it is, very good, let us see, ragam. Gairikadivat ragatmakam vidhi. What is that raga? We shall see that. Raga means Trishna Sanga Samudbhavam. That is raga where you have got Trishna Asanga. What is Trishna? Trishna is aprapta vishayes, aprapta abhilasa Trishna. That time, aprapta abhilasa, what you do not have, you have a very strong pull for that object. Aprapta abhilasa, Trishna, thirst. It's a thirst for an object. Your mind is dwelling upon that object. When you are in a sattva mood, you forget these demands. In a tamasic mood, everything is sleeping. In sattva mood, it's a freedom because you are active and therefore you have forgotten. In tamasic mood, when your demands are forgotten, it is like the devil lying low. The moment you wake up, again it begins. That is why deep sleep is not solution. Meditation, which is also like a sleep for most people, is not the solution. For some time they forget everything. The moment you get up, the moment you use the so-called language of coming out of meditation, the world is waiting to grab you. Understand? So Trishna, please, that is the time we shall call as the Trishna, which is Vishayesu aprapta abhilasa. And what is asanga? Trishna asanga. What is asanga? Prapte vishaye manasaha priti lakshanam sansleshaha. Prapte vishaye, the object you have got, manasaha priti lakshanam. The mind is very much enamored by it, totally obsessed with it. What you have got should be with me only. That is the asanga. If it is gone, finished. Raga. In any Vishaya, they call it as the Sobhana Raga Sobhana Adhyasa. Sobhana Adhyasa. Sobhana Adhyasa means imposing something which is not in the object. That is Raga. Sobhana Adhyasa. Imposing something which is not in the object. You impose happiness in the object which is not there. You impose unhappiness in the object which is not there. Both ways you are in trouble. Both ways you shall be in trouble. See, this is just let us say this is a piece of gold. Is it happiness or unhappiness? If you impose happiness, you go towards it. If you impose unhappiness, you are afraid of it, you run away from it. So the life for average person thus is full of this going, coming, going, coming. If you see pleasure there, you go towards it. You see unhappiness there, you run away from it. So either you are running towards the object or you are running away from the object. Whole life is like that. How many times you have changed direction? You got the job, got out of the job. Got the marriage, got out of the marriage. Got the house, get out of the house. Got the balance, bank balance, get out of it. Become friendly with somebody, got out of it. Go to country, come out of it. Go to one practice, get out of it. Go to this knowledge, get out of it. Always. The whole life, what are you doing? Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, movement. Because the person is not settled. Ragatmakam vidhi. With one thought, you are in. With another thought, you are out. Just one thought. You understand? With one thought, you are in. Very nice place. I am going to settle down here. After 2 days, here, lot of mosquitoes. Go. Finished. Hey, did you come for mosquitoes or for anything else? No, I came for the mosquitoes. Is it so? Think. One. That is why people cannot linger. But they have not found the truth. That is the difficulty. That is why your decision must be absolutely clear. I am search for the knowledge. I want to discover something, anyatra dharmat, anyatra adharmat, which is beyond like and dislike, good and bad, right and wrong, beyond relatives. That is the Kathopanishad, we saw that. Or else these moods will come. Trishna, certain times, thirst. Look at yourself. This Trishna, this thirst for the object will be such a heavy preoccupation, you cannot do anything. Your mind is obsessed. This man, this woman, this boy, this girl, this food, this touch, this taste, this smell. One side is going on, other side you are doing also. In one side is continuously going on. Shankara gives a beautiful example on this negative side of the thought as the negative side. That when the person is obsessed, because very obsessed, he says, he gives an example. Where somebody suppose asks, how do I abide in myself while living in the world? Many people ask that question, no? How do I abide in myself while living in the world? He gives two examples. Very telling, very eloquent example. One is a lady working in somebody's house, takes care of the house, cleans the house, does everything, but her mind is always in her child at his home, at her home. Whatever he is doing, he may be cleaning your place, cleaning your thing, but the mind is always on the child. I left the child. Or even the housewife. The child is playing about. The mother is in the kitchen, cutting the vegetable, doing this, doing that, washing this, washing that. But one part of the mind is continuously to the baby's side. Baby cries, immediately the mother flies. How do you do that? Or he gives another more extreme example is, like a man or woman. Suppose you are infatuated with another girl, boy or a girl, man or woman. It's like a paramour. You have a secret lover. A man or woman, you have got a secret lover. Or you are secretly in love with something. Whatever you do, one part of the mind is on that secret lover, which nobody will know. Nobody will know. But your one part of that mind is that secret lover. It can be a person. It can be drug. It can be alcohol. It can be anything. Your secret love. You are doing everything, but you are planning inside evening drink, the pub. You are doing everything, but you are planning, I must go and meet him or her. You are doing everything, but you are planning. This is what this money has to be stolen from it today in that particular place. So everything you are doing, but one side of your mind is totally obsessed with one thing. That same power you should use. Whatever you do, why are you thinking about that man or woman? Why are you thinking about that gold or diamond? Why are you thinking of that security? Because this is okay, but that is my security. The moment you discover the creation is beautiful, is wonderful, it has its usage, body is there, mind is there, but I am the source of happiness. Naturally, where shall you dwell upon? On the source of happiness that you are. It becomes easy. Until you find it, it becomes difficult. Are you getting that? Until you find it, it becomes difficult. That is why the person cannot dwell upon himself, because if you know yourself, you cannot miss it. But if you don't know, how are you going to miss it? It is just like trying to, please think of a man or woman you don't know about. Think. How can you be obsessed with something unknown? Can you be? How do you revel in yourself? Only you know yourself, you will revel in yourself. Then other things are going on. But one side of it is always with myself. So always in meditation. But activity goes on. I have told you in the meditation classes. Always in meditation, now I am closing the eyes. No perception, I am in meditation with myself. When I open my eyes, meditation is not ending. My perception begins. So meditation is continuous. Now I have cessation of perception, I am with myself. Now beginning of perception, I am with myself. Like that lovely example we saw in the second chapter. Apuriyamana matala pradishtam samudramapa pravishanti advat. Into the mighty, vast, full ocean, millions of tons of water goes in the rainy season. Ocean doesn't overflow. In the advent of summer, no water rushes in. The water doesn't dry, ocean doesn't dry up. Always full and complete. Into this vast ocean of fulfillment, complete awareness that you are, sense perceptions of million kinds, 5 different rivers pouring in perceptions into the consciousness. That doesn't overflow. no perception, it does not disappear. It always remains the same. Are you getting that point? It's so beautiful. Always remain the same. It always remains the same. There is no change at any time. Same thing also in yourself. So when you are meditating, it is not an extraordinary activity. You are being with yourself, the eyes closed. Now your eyes open, activities goes. So all the time you can be aware of yourself, which you are doing it every day. You are thinking of something, or say, suppose you are angry with somebody. Any example you can take. You are angry with somebody. Somebody has humiliated you. You feel disrespected. You feel humiliated. That little line goes on in your head. You are cooking, you are moving, you are reading, you are watching, you are doing everything. But that little thing goes in your head. Why did he say that? Why he should not have told that? Why that man behaved like that? Why that woman behaved? Oh boy. That is the rajas. Trishna asanga. And Trishna asanga. What I don't have, mind is jumping on it. Why does the mind jump on it? By having it, I'll be happy. That is why when you are happiness itself, what your mind shall jump on? Nothing. There is no obsession. Thereafter you want it for own sake, not for happiness sake. When you want a thing for thing's sake, no thought is an obsession. When you want a thing for happiness sake, pain. Are you getting that? Very simple principle. When I want a thing for thing's sake, if it's there, excellent. Not there, fantastic. But if you want happiness sake, without it, your life is misery. Please. So you take it on. You look at yourself. Is there any such thing which you want for all the thoughts that are coming? Is it for happiness sake or for its own sake? Then rajas also will be ineffective. Knowing yourself means rendering these moods ineffective. Read that. The moods become ineffective. Not that moods don't come, moods will keep coming. You cannot escape the moods. That is what life is. It is just like the moods of the child, your physical body. You cannot escape moods, like you cannot escape the changes of the body. The child, there will be childhood, there will be youth, there will be adult age, there will be old age, but you don't come under the spell of it. Just like the physical body, same thing also in relation to your thought. The thought will have its childhood, first thought. Then after some time, thought is growing, youth. After some time, adult. Then forgotten, dies. How many thoughts are forgotten in your life? How many? Sometimes when you are in the thick of that thought or emotion, you might have felt so disturbed, you would have liked to commit suicide. Now it is forgotten. It doesn't even exist. How? Think of it. So, anyway, so Rajo Ragatmakam Viddhi, where the Raga Shobhana Adhyas, where it forces you to see things which are not there. Everything looks glittering. That is the Raga. Looks glittering. Oh, it's so nice. I want that. Ragatmakam Viddhi. Like a baby, just like a baby. You see, he is a plastic doll. How does the baby behave? I want that. Finish. Finished. Grown-up babies replace plastic doll with human dolls. Replace anything with something. Babies, understand. Rajo ragatmakam viddhi trishna samudbhava trishna asanga samudbhavam. So trishna, thirsty. What you don't have, that is the time it will push. When you are happy with yourself, will it push? It comes your taste of this wisdom. Now you have listened so much. Sit down one day, 3-4 hours. What will push you? Just think, theoretically, please, theoretical, see. If I see happiness in the object outside, I shall go towards the object. Movement will be irresistible. There shall be movement toward the object. Achha. If I know happiness is myself, which object I should go to? No object. For happiness' sake, which object I should go to? No object. Okay. If no object can give me happiness or unhappiness, the thought of the object, can it give me happiness or unhappiness? Cannot. Why? If in the object itself there is no happiness or unhappiness, thought of the object is just meaningless. So, how long can I close my eyes and sit down? Theoretically, as long as you like. Don't make it theoretically, make it practically as long as you like. That is why, take your time. It can be 1 hour, it can be 1 day. Slowly extend it. Sit down. You can say, it's not wasting of time. No. That is the preparation. You get that tremendous strength within yourself. Your mind is unassailable. Nobody can touch it. Why? For somebody to touch you, they have to put a thought in your head. And no thought touches you. Therefore, nobody can touch you. Are you getting that point? How strong you become. Sitting down for some day is not a wasting of time. It is being with yourself. No force in the world can touch you. Please try to humiliate somebody, respect or disrespect somebody without a thought. You have to put that idea. You are an idiot. You have to tell that, no? Why people shout? Why people shout? You don't tell that to the genius. You are a genius. Do they say that? No. You are an idiot. Why? That, that negative thing should go into the head. That is why when you are angry and talking beautiful things about people, you really shout. If you want to say something nice about people, you don't shout. You are so nice. You are an idiot. That's true. You are nice is very quiet. You are an idiot, woo, the whole world must listen. Why? You ensure that this thought must get into his head. But suppose, yes, you put the thought into my head, but I am not affected. Then what will happen? You will climb the tree further up. Why? I am not affected. That is why when somebody says something, they wish you to be affected. When you are not affected, they become more affected. They become more angry. So sit down and see. Trishna Sangha Samudbhavam. Do you have such thoughts, which is thirsting for object? Or security. If that object is there, it should be always with me. Tad nibadnati kaunteya karma sangena dehinam. And this rajoguna, what shall he do? Nibadnati kaunteya. Dehinam nibadnanti. To this individuality, the I gets tied down by what? Karma sangena. Karma sangena nibadnati. Makes him restless. Karma sangena vadnati. Because when you are full of desires for the object, full of search for happiness, out of sheer emptiness, too many projections are coming, can you keep quiet? You shall be, for no reason, restless. You cannot keep quiet. Think of it. For God's sake, let it not come in your head now. I know, Swamiji, my friend is like that, always restless. Look at yourself. And the test of it is, sit down. Suppose there one day there is no class, 6 hours sit down, doing nothing, one place, not lying down and sleeping. See, when you test it out, don't do it for teacher's sake, for teaching's sake, for tradition. No, you do it for your sake. It's your life, not for God's sake. What does God get out of it? If you are enlightened, what does God get out of it? If you are stupid, how does anybody suffer? First you suffer, then of course others suffer. See for yourself. Trishna sanga, karma sangena dena. So restlessness. So, listen carefully. Since Rajaguna means restlessness, so the person wants to prove he is sattvic. So what he does? Does not do anything. That time you regress to tamas, not sattva. Because you want to prove, are you getting that? You want to prove you are not restless. So, I am very restful. Restful means what? Inactive. Inactivity is not a sattva guna. If you can take an example, you can see that. You know this propeller plane? Propeller plane, the fans, like a fan, 3 to 4 blades will be there. When it is static, you can call it as the, give the example, it will be, what is that? Tamoguna. Inactive, like that. When it is moving, of course moving, it is, you can say it is activity is going on. When it is really on the fastest movement, forget Rajo now. In Tamoguna it is visible, then when it is restful, all the blades are visible. When it is in tremendous movement, blades are not visible, but it is with tremendous power. It can take off. Sattva guna inactivity is like that. In Rajo, the Tamoguna inactivity is, the Sattva guna inactivity is tremendous power. Absolutely fresh. Anything you can want, you can do. We'll see now. Anything you can want to do, you can do that. Tamoguna, difficult. You cannot. Sattva-guna is always ready to be active. Tamoguna will take time to rev up. If you are sattvic, understand, if sattvic and inactive, you are always, the engine is ready. Take up, take off. Tamoguna inactivities, it will take time. Slowly. Right. Please see how it is Tamoguna now, okay? This Tamoguna is strange to all of you because you are sattvic. So, Tamoguna. Now, look at the tamas. Tamas tvajnanam viddhi. Mohanam sarvadehinam. Pramadalasya nidravihi. Tannivadnati bharate. Tamastvajnanajam viddhi. Mohanam sarvadehinam. Pramadalasya nidravihi. Tannivadnati bharate. And hey Arjuna, look at this tamasic mood. Tamas ajnanajam viddhi. Ajnanat jayate. All the moods are ajnana, but tamas and ignorance are together, like synonymous. Why is it so? Mohanam. Sarvadehinam mohanam. Viveka sunya. Viveka sunya. Nitya nitya vastu viveka sunya. Every type of viveka sunya. Happiness, unhappiness, where is happiness, where unhappiness. None of these things are there. Totally under the spell of darkness, ignorance. Sarvadehinam mohanam. Because you start seeing just the opposite. In the unhappiness thing, you see happiness. In happy things, you see unhappiness. Totally. That is known as the pramada. Pramada means what? In drinking, you find happiness. You don't understand, it will kill you. In studying, you find inconvenience. You don't know that that will save you. It's just the opposite. It's such a strange mind. Are you getting that? Tamasic buddhi is something which gives you exactly the opposite perceptions. The person is drinking. Doesn't understand. If you tell him you will be alcoholic, he says, no, that is my pleasure. Now what do you do? And if you say, if you study, you will get very good mark, you will get out of your college, you will be doing wonderful, you will be successful. Inconvenience. That is our inconvenience. That's not right. I want to have pleasure in my life. So 12-year-old, 14-year-old drop out from the university. 15-year-old, 14, 15-year-old dropping out of university, now busy in doing something. And getting some money and living life as he likes. Ghora tamas, pramada. And what else will be ruling or governing his life? Alasya nidravi. Alasya. What is that alasya? Kartabhye karmani sraddha avava. That is alasya. What is laziness? Laziness is kartabhye karmani sraddha avava. What is to be done, in that there is no enthusiasm. That is alasya, laziness. Most beautiful definition you can ever have. Whatever is to be done, in that there is no enthusiasm. Whatever is not to be done, tremendous enthusiasm. Morning, get up and come for the chanting class. Difficult. Right. Very good. That's nice. Okay, it's difficult. Morning, 4 o'clock, or in the evening, 8 o'clock, sometime during the day, there is a movie. Would you like to go? Tremendous enthusiasm. To sneak out of the play, are you getting that? To do something which you should not do, tremendous enthusiasm. But what you should do, it's all right. Alasya. And the person will not know it. Whoever points it out will be number one enemy. Whoever points it out will be number one enemy. Why? Because his pleasure is laziness. Why are you sleeping? I'm not sleeping, I'm meditating. True, true. Very true. Just think of it. Understand, friends, these are checklists for yourself. For God's sake, do not apply it on others. Most religious people do that. They pick up the ideas to put other people into test. That is why your life is a waste. This is a checklist for me. Do I do this? That is why the gurus are the first one to be tested on this. But what the gurus what usually the leaders do? The checklist is for others, themselves beyond every checklist. Heavy problem comes in life, heavy problem. Please appreciate that. Alasya. Pramada is what? Akarmani karma buddhi. Whatever is not to be done, akartabhye, whatever is not to be done, very interested. Kartabhye, whatever is to be done, you are neglecting. Avahela. Avahela means, that this is neglecting it. That is pramada. Study, listen to these things, read, think over it. Don't sleep. Exactly the opposite. That is tamas. Ghora tamas. Alasya tasmat nidra. Nidra. Nidra means what? You know nidra. Everybody loves one woman very dearly, male and female both. Nidra Devi. The sleep, Miss Sleep, is loved by everybody, embraced by everybody. Heavily embraced by everybody. Why? Nothing like sleeping, you know. Nidra samadhi sthiti. Right? Understand, friends? Nothing wrong in sleeping. Sleep is necessary. That's what we shall see when we talk about little more after that. Gunatita. Gunatita does not mean no tamoguna. There is no such person in life. Everybody will have sattva, will have raja, will have tamas. Without that, we cannot function in life. You need to sleep. If you don't sleep, you will go nuts in 2 days. And you cannot sleep unless your mind falls back, folds up. That is why tamas is necessary. There is a difference between your using tamas and being tamasic, using rajas and being rajasic, using sattva and being sattvic. All the three are bondages because born of ignorance. The sattva binds you, aham sukhi, aham jnani, I am very happy, I feel very nice. I don't need meditation. I don't need teaching. I don't need any learning. Why? He's a good man. Very subtle, so subtle. It can justify your not attending classes. It can justify your not exposing to the knowledge. Why? I'm happy. True. He is comfortable. Everything is okay. I have got money, I have got relationship, I have got food, I have got security. What more I need in life? Sukha sangena vadnati. But he doesn't understand they are all conditional. Any factor can be removed and your whole world will collapse. Until it collapses, the fellow doesn't understand. If you are waiting until the heat comes to come back to yourself, you are really gross. Long before the cyclone hits, get ready. Long before the flood comes, get ready. Long before the drought takes over, get ready. Long before death comes, get ready. Until you are hit, it's just like prevention is better than cure. Until you get a heart attack, you don't go for a medical checkup. Same thing. Until something goes wrong in life, people don't look for things. That way this knowledge is requirement number one for everybody. Once you are a 10, 20, 15, 20-year-old youngster, get this knowledge. Then whole life ahead of you, you choose how you shall live. Or else you shall be a victim of your moods. These are guna means, you can say in modern day parlance, guna means like moods. If you are a person who freely falling into the trap of moods, you shall be unhappy, miserable throughout your life. And who is responsible for it? Nobody else except you. No, God provides it. Naturally it will come, like the seasons change, day and night changes, moods also will change. There is a difference between having a mood and being moody. Having a thought and being a slave of the thought. A huge difference. So when you are knowing yourself, Nirguna Parabrahma, you are free from these three. We shall see more of it tomorrow. Okay? It's very good, but observe, please observe yourself, because ahankar, this I thought, sitting down there listening, is so smart, he shall say, oh, now I know what is Sattva, Rajas, Tamas. I know, Sattva, Rajas, Tamas. But what about your living with that, this wisdom? Are you affected by it? Do you bring that to surface? Do you bring it for your, when you are behaving in the world? Do you bring it back to use it? Now, if you are not bringing it back to use it, this is where ahankar successfully suppresses everything. Not that you don't know, you don't use. Are you getting that? When you are listening to for such a long time, you can advise everybody beautifully, but your life is far away from the wisdom that you share. That's why look at yourself. Whether it is sukha, jnana, bandha, I'm happy, I'm wise, pride, or trishna, asanga, the thirst for something bothering you all the time. You are listening to the class, but one side of the mind is you are reading a book, one side of the mind is like that. You are doing something, but one side of the mind is always doing something or other, preoccupation. Instead of dwelling upon those so-called preoccupations, dwell on yourself. That is the happiness. Then you choose which thought you can deal with. No problem. Simultaneously, just like in a, what is that? Computer. 1,000 programs can run. 100 programs can run. Our mind computer is so powerful. 1,000 programs can run. But you choose which one you like. Now close your eyes. We shall see more of